Hello and welcome to another dose of tedious rubbish from me. I am Chris Williams. That'll be a big surprise to you. Obviously, if you are a friend of mine watching this on Facebook, I've got quite a few friends watching me on Facebook all of a sudden. But if you're not my Facebook friends, you can be my friend on Twitter, where I am Chris Alf W. Anyway, in this blog I'm going to show you some of my footage that I recorded on my digital camera of my recent trip to the Hampshire area of the United Kingdom. I went to the main cities of Southampton and Portsmouth, and on my way to Portsmouth from Southampton I experienced the joys of Fareham and Gosport. So watch this, listen out for the meat man that drowns out any audio that I will try to put over the footage, and I will see you again after the imagery. Okay. So I arrived at Southampton at Southampton Central train station, one of I think 3 stations in the Southampton. There's one that goes to the airport. Here's a memorial to the Titanic. The work was on the Titanic, because of course it was from Southampton where the Titanic made its maiden and fortunately fatal voyage over to America. Now here we are in the civic centre of Southampton. Of course it is early Saturday morning, that's why it's a bit quiet. All places that I've been to in England have a civic centre that's similar to that. Here's the main shopping thoroughfare. There's quite a few big shopping centres in Southampton. It took me a while to find this shopping street. We've got regular shops that you associate with the British High Street. And here comes the meat man.
Turn on again, turn on again, turn on again, more stage again. There's a big thick one there on the ground. You can have him on the top. There's another one there you can have as well. Well, I'll charge you 20. There's that one. I know you want it to work well for you, don't you? Okay, not a problem. There's that one. And you put that in the bag. Steak again.
It gets a bit quiet now inside this bit of castle wall ruin. I was told in advance before I went on this trip to Southampton that there are quite a few remains of castle wall left over in Southampton. It was the city was originally built inside castle walls, but at some point in history they were largely demolished. So there's only this big area here and this part here that remains of the past in Southampton. And there's a picture of the West Quay shopping centre with a bit more castle wall. Right, next we're on to Fareham, and when I done my research in wildlife, it was just this one shopping street here. It's a bit quiet, but if you go to the top of that shopping street, you see there are more shops like what you get in Southampton and other such places. Right, now we're on to Gosport. This was smaller than Southampton, but bigger than Fareham, and more in the line with a standard shopping high street by thought. Southampton was a bit of a disappointment in my opinion, but this is what I'm more used to. But this fits in more with what I'm familiar with in Cardiff, where I'm currently living, and places like Newport and Gloucester and so on. Explosion, that's a quite ominous sign, obviously some kind of exhibition. Right, so Gosport of course has a ferry that goes over to Portsmouth, which is in the background here, but in this initial footage you can see a delivery of food products by the Del Monte company, of course famous for peaches, and I think my mother says grapefruit as well, but know that this has come from Spain. Quite a big cargo heritage in Hampshire, and there is the Del Monte cargo right in front of the iconic Spinnaker Tower, which we are now heading towards on this ferry. You'll find if you go to Gosport yourself that they don't do single tickets. The only option available are returns. I think it was something like £2.50 that I paid for this trip that lasted a few moments. That may seem a bit extortionate, but no, it's quite nice to be able to travel across water on a boat, something that I don't do all that often, so the cost is well worth it for the experience. Now, there is HMS Warrior that we're going to look at a bit more close up in a moment. This trip across the River Solent took around about 4 to 5 minutes, I'd say. And here are the passengers. I spoke to some of these. They say they live in Portsmouth and they go over to Gosport on this ferry most days to meet up with families. So that must get tedious and expensive for them. But it's a nice part of the country to live in. Now, HMS Warrior, my family home is in Pembroke Dock in West Wales, but my parents say that HMS Warrior used to be berthed in Pembroke Dock before I was born. That is something I'm going to research a bit more of. There's a bit of a naval museum at Portsmouth that fits in with HMS Warrior and other such ships, like the Mary Rose, for instance. Here is a regular high street that you would expect a place like Portsmouth to have. And the football club has been in administration in recent times. I was intrigued to find that the club shop has been affected by that. It's not open at the moment. There are two options as to what station I could go to leave Portsmouth. Here is Portsmouth and Southsea. I could have returned to Cardiff on the train from Portsmouth Harbour, but I found that this was the more convenient, as it is right where the city centre is. And it may intrigue you to realise that on my way to Hampshire, I saw the famous Westbury White Horse, is an image I took on the train as we were passing through. Quite fascinating, and something I'd be inclined to read more about if I know quite a few white horses in the Westbury area. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. Fareham was a bit of a surprise to me. I was expecting to be smaller than that. But do join for more videos over the next few days, weeks and months. But I haven't been posting them as often in recent times as I normally do, but I've got a wide range of interests, so quite a lot of material for me to feature in future blogs. Until next time, it's bye for now. Bye bye.
And those are the words of Chris Williams from Pembroke Dock in Wales, the United Kingdom. Well, Chris, you're certainly entitled to your opinions. We appreciate your note. And so that's Chris Williams. That from Chris, and he certainly didn't pull any punches.
My name is